Hello everyone, and let me show you how to do tubular bind off when you finish socks and you are knitting them two at a time, which basically means that you are knitting from separate two balls to create separate two socks. You do them on one needle. So before you start, this is how it looks when you finish. While I'm doing it, I also am going to show you how to fix a drop stitch while you're doing tubular bind off. Either it is a purl or is it a knit stitch? And also what will happen if you make a mistake and you will have to unravel tubular bind off to get to the certain moment. Check it out, enjoy, and let me know how did it work for you, and definitely tag me on Instagram knittingILove. Show me how you're getting on, how do you do your beautiful tubular bind off. And in case of tubular bind off, it means that you will need a tapestry needle, and we should be doing it all around. If you're interested how to do it, on the screen now the video that I have already when I was binding off for a sweater, so check it out, and how to finish in around, check it out too. If you're interested how I'm going to do that with these, keep on watching. First things first, what you're trying to do, you're trying to leave the yarn long enough to have enough to bind off. And to do that, the rule is that you have the triple size of the whole circumference. So what I like to do, I like to measure my hands against whatever I'm knitting and see, will that be 1? And I would say my hand would be 1. So we're going 1, 2, 3. And the same thing for the second sock. So quickly, just to tell you before we start, my idea will be to do tubular bind off until I will have 2 stitches. Then those 2 stitches I will just put on the marker or something to hold on to them. Then leave this part off the needle and then continue another one. You shouldn't have a problem to finish the sock over here. Once we finish it, we can go back, put the stitches back on the needles, and then finish another one. So let's see how it goes. So this is how I like to do it. We take the needle as if to knit, take the stitch off, and now when the column of the knits are, as if to purl, we put the tapestry needle and pull the yarn through. Then as if to purl, we take the stitch off and then put the tapestry needle between 2 stitches, just like that, pull it. And then when we have the column of purl, so that's our second stitch now on the left needle, as if to knit, we put the tapestry needle and we put it completely through. So I call it a 3 phases thing to do a tubular, and basically repeat those. So I call it 1, that's 2, and that's the third one. That's it. So let's do it one more time. So tapestry needle through the first, then through the second, like that, then 1 off and between, and now through. So out on the second, out, between, and now through. So while you're doing it, try not to do it too tight, so kind of check your tension, and then always remember that when you start with the phase 1, you start with the knit column. That way you know that you're on the right track. Right, so as I said, we finished on the 2 stitches, and I'm going to get something. I'm using marker just to grab those 2 stitches. Lovely, and leave them up there. Now I'm going to change my tapestry needle and put it on my second sock, second strand, and do that over here. Well, double check that you're happy with the tension, because even if you got it tight, you can kind of make loops over here and maybe even it up. Now when we have just 2 stitches over here, we just pull that needle through. Oh, they're Chaku needles, so it's a little bit harder. Very stiff cable. Oh yeah. Let's turn around, and now we have to pull this needle through. So we are ready to start. We do the same thing to reach 2 stitches over here, and then I'll show you how I like to finish in the round. Separate video is on the channel too, but keep on watching. So as you can see, I finished my 3rd phase and I have 2 stitches on the left needle. I'm going to move the tapestry needle and grab this one. I like to nicer finish if you twist it, that way you see you have a proper V over here, and lift one over here too. So now we have 4, and we're moving them on the left needle. Okay, and now we have 4, so we can do phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. Take it off, and you know how to finish. Obviously, if you feel there is a gap over here, you still have a bit, so you have still enough to wave in ends and maybe close this uneven section. I like to grab left leg and the right leg up here, pull it nicely, go back to the wrong side, see, and then wave an end. Cut the yarn, beautifully done. Go back, take tapestry needle, put the strand through, but don't make a mistake like me and do not forget to put back 2 stitches first on your needle. Well, things happen. Now let's unravel. I nicely weaved the ends, so let's go back. Basically, when you pull the strand, you could see where it goes. And then you'll be seeing stitches. So as you can see, there is a column. I'm taking it out because I have a marked beginning on the round. I know this column is the first column, so this is the first stitch, so it won't actually be unraveled, but I normally use those 2 stitches and pick them up as you have seen them, so I can definitely put them on now. Lovely. Now there's a purl column, so this will be the one. And as you can see, once you're doing it, you will be able to see which one to pick up. Again, a tip, just read stitches down below, so if you have a knit column, purl column, knit column, that you have those stitches picked up. Or maybe to show you what will happen if I drop a stitch while I'm doing it, not to be afraid or whatsoever. So basically I'm using my tapestry needle as to pick it up, then to lift the ladder. We have 3 ladders over here. As you can see, the very important thing is to maintain the order. So always check where are they coming from. So now I'm lifting just one, and I'm using my left needle to lift the loop and pull it through. Now put another one through, do the same thing, and again, and do the same thing and put it back on the left. So as you can see, there's nothing to be afraid of. Okay, let's go. Now I hear you, what will happen if the purl stitch goes down? So let's pretend it did. So let's go and break things, mess a bit. So as you can see, we still have 3 ladders. Now we can see them in the front. And we have a stitch in the back. So basically what we can do, we keep one ladder in front, take the tapestry needle, put it behind, and lift them both. So as you can see, I'm going through this stitch and then the ladder. And what I do, I just pull it through that way. Okay, so let's go again. Put the one in front, put this one here. So what I'm doing, hopefully you can see it. So let's help myself and put the ladder on my left needle. And now put maybe this stitch on the left needle and put the stitch over the ladder. See this, what I'm doing with it? I'm putting the tapestry needle through the stitch as if to purl, and then grab it. Again, I lift this. I left the stitch on the left needle, lift up the ladder, move it before the stitch. Now lift the stitch as if to purl, and I just pull it through, put it back, and done. Yes, you're getting a proper purl for here doing that. I still have a few to do. Okay, so how you should be doing it. So when you lifting the second sock, remember you have those 2 stitches on the marker. So I like to put the needle through the stitches first before doing anything, and putting them on the needle first, and then taking the marker or whatever it's holding off. Now we have it right. Double check that it starts from the knit column, and then you're ready to go and finish it. How do you like this technique? Like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye! Now on the screen you can see a video, a step-by-step tutorial how to knit socks 2 at a time, magic loop, without tubular but a different bind off. Bye!